We're confident we've implemented the most complicated weather system ever seen in a racing game. We've got basically three key components that make up the weather system. There's the visual effects, so in the dry it's the iconic heat haze, in the wet it's the visual effects on the camera, on the cars themselves, the rain on the track, the puddles, the surface reflections, the rooster tails, the kick-up spray from the tyres. The second aspect is the simulation, so how those visual effects tie into the track simulation. So in the dry, for example, we're going to start off with a green track, so it's basically got no grip levels, and as the sessions evolve, the grip levels build up, so your lap times get faster. Marbles form offline, so if you get off the racing line, it's very, very slippy and treacherous out there, and you can also sort of blister and damage your tyres. On the flip side, in the rain, the marbles actually wash away, and the track surface actually knows how wet it is. So this gives us a very interesting angle from the gameplay point of view. You need to have the correct tyres on. The different tyres have got different levels of grip, different operating temperatures, different tyre compounds, disperse different levels of water. So the third part of the weather system is actually the effect it has on the gameplay. So we've got the visuals, we've got the simulation, and now how does it actually tie into the car handling?
And just to add to the weather dynamics, the part I really enjoy playing at the moment is how the track will evolve as each car individually drives on that surface, and from wet to dry it will naturally dry where the cars have driven on, just like real life, and you're left with a completely dry circuit at that point, with puddles in the undulations, in the small undulations and curbs as well, and yeah, very, very accurate.
You'll actually find that the gamers on wet tyres on the drying track will try and seek out those puddles to cool their tyres and stop them from damaging. So it's all about the sort of strategy elements at those points where the track's changing from wet to dry.
When you're in the car, you've really got no idea what the weather's doing, but the teams back on the pit wall, they know by the radar where the weather is coming in from and how long it's going to last. And that's something that will be added into the game as well, that you'll be aware of what the weather's doing roughly, and then you can make your call on that just like you would in real life.
The weather system is set up to be completely dynamic full career. It changes over time. So you go to Spa, a typically very unpredictable track. You need to be prepared to alter your car balance as the race weekend progresses, so that when you're heading towards that Sunday race day, you think you've got a car set up that is going to be balanced for the predicted weather conditions.
So players can be going along outside the points, and maybe they make a gamble, the clouds come in, the sky's darken, and maybe you preempt that the rain's going to come there and you change your tyres early, or vice versa, it's raining, it's beginning to dry, and you take a gamble maybe a lap too early that you're going to switch onto the dry tyres or the intermediate compound, and we're really going to get those sort of grey windows, and the player choice is going to be critical at those stages.
It just changes the attitude of the car completely in terms of driving in the dry or fully wet or partially damp track. It brings that new element of launching a multiplayer game with Monaco in a heavy downpour, Monaco in the sun, or Monaco when the rain just starts coming down. I prefer to play those kind of scenarios because it changes the attitude of the car. And I far prefer to be doing that rather than switching tracks into reverse or playing point to point and so on and so forth. I mean, it's a huge team, it's a huge effort that's going into this title, and to be able to play a creative part in, picking the avenues that we're going to follow when it comes to Formula One is a huge deal for me. It's about making the game that I've always wanted to play.